Howdy Shop Warrior, we've got the Craftsman 5-tier heavy-duty plastic shelf unit. We're going to give it a review, talk about the pros and cons. Let's get into it. Alright, let's talk about the pros and cons of this. So some of the nice features about this Craftsman are, one, they include these little brackets so that you can attach it to the wall. So it's just a bracket, goes around here, and then got a couple screw holes. Another really cool feature about this is that if you can see here, there are these little slots and they include these little connector pieces. So if you have this shelf next to another one, you can interlock them using these little pieces. So they've got it all the way down, and then they've got it, if you wanted to connect two of them front and back, they've got it on the front and the back as well. So that is a really cool feature. If you bought multiple ones, you wanted to make them nice and secure, you can do that using these. Another really nice feature that I've not seen on all these plastic ones is that the feet, which is probably hard to show you, but it's adjustable. So there's basically a giant plastic nut on the bottom that you can screw in or out to make sure this thing is level. So that is a really cool feature. Oh, one more positive thing, at least from my perspective, is it's made in the USA, which is fantastic. So I've got the shelf put together here, at least 3 of them. So I thought before we got it much higher, I would test out this weight rating and see if it can handle it. So it's rated at 250 pounds. I'm at about 170 pounds, so I'm gonna get on this thing and see if it hopefully doesn't break, see if it can handle it. So like most of these shelves, they say they're 250 pounds, but that's when the weight is evenly distributed, meaning a little bit of weight here, a little bit of weight here, a little bit of weight here. But I'm gonna be putting all the weight right in the middle where it's weakest, so hopefully it doesn't break. Let's see what happens here. Oh. It's a little, oh yeah, all right. Handles it pretty well. So I've got all my weight right in the middle. It seems to be okay. It is flexing a little bit as I bounce up and down, but I don't hear any cracks or any breaking or anything. So just a little bit of bounce, but yeah, it seems to handle the 250 pounds pretty well. To give you an idea of how boxes of different sizes fit on this shelf, here's a small box. It fits very nicely. You have 14.5 inches from here to here. So this small box fits nicely in that. You're not utilizing the full depth of it with the small box, but fits nicely. This is a medium-sized box, which is 16 inches tall, so it does not fit on the shelf. And here is one of these commander bins. This one is 30 by 20 by 14.5. So at 14.5, it just barely fits in there and takes up a little bit more than the depth of this thing. So if you turn it sideways, it fits in there nicely. Pretty much takes up your whole shelf. You couldn't fit 2 of them side by side, sticking out, but it does hold this commander pretty nicely, at least one of them per shelf. And Craftsman has their own version of these commander bins as well. So just to give you an idea of what can fit on this shelf. Some of the cons on this, one, the shelves are not adjustable. So you're stuck at 14.5 inches between each shelf. So it just is what it is on this guy. Another negative is this is 75 bucks. So for these plastic ones, this is probably the most expensive one in the 200 pound, 250 pound range. This is 250 pounds per shelf, which does put it at the highest pound rating compared to like the Commander, which is at 200 pounds, or the Blue Hawk, which I've also reviewed, both of those, and those are at 200 pounds each. So at 250 pounds, you do have a higher weight rating, which is nice, but it is $75 versus the Commander, which is around 70, and the Blue Hawk, which is around, I think it's 55. So I really did like this shelf in terms of the fit and finish. Everything was, the tolerances are really good on this. It was very easy to assemble. On some of these plastic ones, you kind of have to finagle it, and it's a little bit of a pain to get them together, but this went together really nicely. The edges are very nicely done. I think it's a really great shelf. If you want kind of the best of the plastic ones, I think this Craftsman is a really great option. At 75 it is on the high end, but that's not too far off from like the Commander, which is only $5 cheaper, but I think it's a great shelf. So hopefully you found that helpful, and if you want to check out, I have a how to assemble this video, and I have a video comparing this to 5 other shelves that I bought, and I've assembled them and show you all the pros and cons of this compared to all the others. So if you want to check that video out, I'll have a link to that as well. Alright, have a good one.